It's now my pleasure to introduce this year's commencement speaker, David Farr. David's been leading Emerson for 18 years. Since becoming CEO in 2000 and then chairman in 2004, Farr has put a priority on creating long-term value for shareholders and investing for long-term growth while maintaining the company's solid financial performance relative to earnings, cash flow, and return on capital. Emerson is one of a handful of companies with 60 consecutive years or more of increased dividends to shareholders. Farr joined the company in 1981 in a corporate staff role and progressed through a series of corporate staff and business unit management positions, each with increasing responsibility. In 1993, he was appointed president of Emerson's Asia Pac, where he was operating from a base of Hong Kong for 4 years. In 1999, Farr was appointed Emerson's chief operating officer and held that position until he was named CEO in 2000. He also serves as chairman of the National Association of Manufacturers Board of Directors. He's on the board of directors of the U.S.-China Business Council and is also a member of the board of directors of IBM. Farr received his bachelor's degree in chemistry from Wake Forest University and a master's of business administration from the Owen School at Vanderbilt University. Welcome, David.
Thank you. It's good to be here. I was here 37 years ago, outside, not inside. But Dean Johnson, faculty, staff, and graduates, families, and friends, it is an honor to be here in addressing the graduating class of 2018. I sat in this very audience 37 years ago, yes, 1981, as a graduating MBA. It was exciting, gratifying, but even more, I was scared and uncertain about what laid ahead for me at Emerson in St. Louis, Missouri. A whole new world of challenges, successes, and failures, and a whole new wonderful world for me to conquer as I saw it. To the class of 2018, I congratulate you. Your graduation is an outstanding achievement, and it has come on the back of hard work, dedication, and persistence. But your next phase of life is just starting. To the families of the graduating class of 2018, I also want to say congratulations to you. You played an integral part in creating the young leaders that sit before me today. I hope you're as proud and exciting for them as my dad was back in 1981. 37 years, and no, it doesn't feel like just yesterday. I traveled hundreds of thousands of miles around the world. I lived in Europe, I lived in China. I've made many thousands of decisions, some right, some wrong, hurting some people and helping some other people. As you sit here ready to begin your careers, I'd like to share with you some of the things I've learned over the nearly 40 years at Emerson. And because now, more than ever before, the world needs leaders like you. As we enter the next evolutionary phase and change in U.S. manufacturing and innovation in the business world, you are entering the workforce at a very unique time in the history of our nation and our world. Though changes and challenges have always been a constant throughout my career, today's challenges are uniquely different, are moving at a faster pace, and are more disruptive than I've ever seen in my lifetime. Leaders that have the visions to see broad, global issues, the challenges, and have the ability to stand back and evaluate them and slow time around you to make decisions, to make those tough calls. That is a winning skill in today's world. And if you have it, you will succeed. Now I know you all have sat through many lectures and speeches here at Vandy, and I'm sure you're ready to get on with your celebrations and get on to making money. But I have 6 lessons or insights I want to pass on to you that I've learned the hard way through mistakes and being taught by other people. It's important to be secure in yourself and be willing to lead. That's my first point. Strong leaders are marked by confidence in themselves and those around them. Negativity and lack of focus destroy energy around you and ruin momentum and make success much more difficult to achieve. Believing you can and will succeed make the attitude of a winner and a very strong, successful leader. If you fail from your mistakes, which you will, take a new approach and try again. Remember, true leaders are tenacious, they're persistent, and they never give up. I see it as leaning against a wall to knock it down inch by inch by inch. You will face many hurdles in your life, both personally and professionally. If you run into one and trip, it doesn't mean you cannot ultimately jump it. It just means you have to go about it in a different way. You have to believe you can, and eventually you will. I've never given up trying to make something positive happen each and every day of my life after my graduation. Never forget that leading does not mean you're alone, even though it does feel that way many times in your life. There will be times in your life when you're asked to raise your hand by another leader, and you're asked to raise and do something different and make something happen. Take that leap. Say yes. Trust me. I did it many times in my career. True leaders recognize their strengths and their weaknesses and use those strengths to build others up while asking to help to cover your weaknesses through other people. No person can do everything. No one. That is what a team is for. Strong leadership drives to build the best team and the right team to focus on the strategic issues you will face. For me, my wife, Lelia, a 1980 graduate of Owen School of Business, has been my closest friend and confidant for over 40 years. And she's always been there to give me advice, wisdom, support, and energy as I struggle to make the tough calls, which all of you will face as young leaders. Lelia has been my foundational rock at Gibraltar, with all successful leaders need, and hopefully you'll find yours. I watch too many leaders fail by surrounding themselves with weak players which I call C players, because they don't have the confidence in themselves as a leader and don't want to look weak or dumb or non-strategic by having the best people around them. Don't do that. Trust me, if you do that, that is a losing strategy. Surround yourself with the best of the best. Which brings me to my second point. Spend more time listening than talking, and think before you open your mouth. Take the time to listen to other people's ideas, thoughts, and approaches. It is a worthy investment. You are part of a team, and there are many more of them than you, for a good reason. So shut up and listen. And if you do, as I tell people, without a doubt, you'll be successful and you will succeed. Listen more than you talk. As a leader, you're responsible for your words and your team's results and your organization's successes or failures. So never take that for granted, and never abuse your position of leadership and power, which is so easy to do as you gain power and responsibility. Do not ever embarrass anybody with your leadership power or aggressive words. Say things with tact, kindness, and the proper edge to teach and educate people, not to destroy or tear people down. Again, solicit advice from your team members, consider their perspective, and use it with your knowledge to make a more intelligent decision. Reflect, decide on the right path, and move forward. As I tell my people, engage your mechanism, your inner thought process, to analyze all the inputs and then decide what is the right direction. But always lean into it, and you will win more often than you lose. And that's what it takes. Number 3, take action when needed, and give other reasons to believe in you so they will follow you as the leader. It is your job to bring passion and real engagement to your work every minute of every day. As a leader, you must develop detailed plans and produce a vision for the organization to understand where we're going and why. And equally important, you've got to explain to them, where are we going and what does it look like when we get there? But again, the best leaders are always out in front. Visibility and presence are always critical, especially in tough times and big inflection points as I see it. Great leaders engage, they debate, they decide, they live the vision with passion and strategy and energy. For the organization that needs the confidence in front of them at all times, this is so important. This means that you'll need to be ready to make tough decisions at any time, and as issues and opportunities come up in all shapes and sizes. The complexities in life and business are always never ready when you're ready. You have to be ready to take decisions head on, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. Leaders can't disappear and hide. They must always be ready to take the tough calls and support the organization and the team to move the ball forward. And always keep in mind that doing the right thing does not mean doing the easiest thing. Sometimes your decisions are very tough and gut-wrenching, but you must take the right action as a leader, as the organization depends on you as a leader. 4, and most important in today's world, you have to trust your moral compass constantly. Be uncompromising in your ethics and your ethical expectation of others. You all know what's right or wrong. Your parents and your grandparents taught you that many years ago. It is your responsibility as leaders to tirelessly promote honesty, truth, and integrity. You must expect it from yourself and those around you, but most of all, from yourself. Honesty requires the truth within your heart, but beyond that, it requires integrity and sensitivity. You need to be fair, but frank with people. You have to have zero tolerance for distrust, deception, or fraud, as an organization cannot prosper without leadership, trust, and honesty. There's nothing complicated about ethics as I look at it. We all just have to be honest and act with honor. As I tell the organization across Emerson, there is no such thing as situational honesty, just honesty. Think back over the past 12 months. Think about how many successful people in government, business, religion, education, sports, entertainment that had their unethical decisions or bad behavior catch up to them. It will always catch up to you. If you make the right decisions and trust people properly, you have nothing to worry about. Remember, once your integrity and trust are lost, they're gone forever, and it's impossible to regain them. So do it right the first time, and don't abuse your power or presence. One of the toughest parts of being a successful leader, trust me, it's real tough as you gain that power and leadership position. In 2012 and 2013, Emerson was struggling to grow and deliver what the board and shareholders wanted. So I tried to drive the organization through this period with my own power, my own control, brute force, and aggressive actions. I hurt many people, I hurt many friends, the organization, the shareholders, and it led to a very unpleasant Wall Street Journal article on my nasty behavior that forced me to change and apologize. A very tough but valuable lesson in my leadership journey. But I learned from it and I grew from it. Number 5, constructive change should be embraced across any and all organizations. The Emerson team plays to win. We've been around 130 years winning. But we must take risks and continuously evolve. Remember, calculated, smart risk-taking is one of the best ways to learn, to grow, and to win. The past 4 years has been filled with gut-wrenching change and thoughtful strategic risk-taking in Emerson. A few years ago, my team and I were looking at the direction and performance of the company, and we weren't pleased. We realized there was a better way for us to be organized ourselves and to make the company stronger and better positioned for longer-term growth and more relevance to our customers. In the process, we created 2 strong global platforms and you created one unique Emerson brand. We then decided to sell 40% of the company off and focus on the 2 global platforms within the new Emerson vision. In the process, we went from $25 billion down to under $15 billion over 18 months. We impacted the lives of over 50,000 employees and their families as we divested these businesses. Talk about change and risk-taking. This was not easy. It was gut-wrenching for me. It was a significant risk, but we believed it was the right thing to do for our company and its future. So we made the hard decisions, and we stuck with it, and it worked. But through tough communications, continuous communications, and the intense efforts of the remaining 70,000 employees, we made it happen successfully. Now in 2018, we have started to rebuild momentum, add new acquisitions and offerings. Our company will be at close to $17.5 billion around the 2 global platforms to stay relevant and to grow. The hard decisions have paid off. Emerson's $45+ billion market value today, even though we're much smaller, much more focused. I would encourage each of you to live in a pursuit of the best solutions rather than accepting the way things have always been done. Don't live in the past. Live forward. In order to recognize those best solutions or past, or stepping stones as I call them, always continue to learn and to drive change, which is my 6th and final lesson. Learn from others and pursue a better understanding of everything leadership is about. Leadership is something you must achieve, and then do not stay put. You have to work it constantly, each and every day, forever. If a leader or an organization or a company stagnates, it will die and hurt others. So continue to learn, grow, and to be a better leader. Learn from your bosses, mentors, and role models. One of my most impactful mentors to me at Emerson was Mr. Knight, Chuck Knight, who was the CEO of Emerson for 27 years. He took the reins at the age of 37, which was made him the youngest CEO of a billion-dollar company. Those are pretty big shoes to follow in the year 2000, but we did it. And as Chuck told me, it was the most important decision he made in his whole career over 27 years. He taught me and countless others how to lead, and by using the best information available to personally make the tough decisions. He expected all of us to use our leadership muscles every day, to think critically and develop our skills to move forward and prosper throughout our successes. Chuck drove intense leadership, which I practice every day. Intensity, passion, and the love of a game called business is the best game I ever know, and I expect to play it for a while. I try to do my best every day, the very best, and I intend to do that until I start hurting or slowing down the Emerson organization to win. And then I must get out of the way for the next leader. When I took over as Emerson CEO in 2000, a Wall Street Journal reporter asked me a question on what I wanted to accomplish as the new CEO of Emerson. I thought about it for a few minutes, and I said, I want to leave Emerson and the world in a better place than it was given to me when Mr. Knight passed the baton to me. That's all. But I want to have a lot of fun as I go along it. Enjoy my career. I look into this crowd and I see future leaders in all of you. So get out there and listen to people. Learn things from the people around you. Have confidence in yourself and install confidence in others where it's appropriate. Take smart risks to challenge the status quo in pursuit of something greater. And while you do all those things, always stand up for what's right, even if it's not easy. And it won't be. Trust me. I want to thank you for your time, allowing me to share my thoughts with you on this special day. It is a special honor to be here today. Congratulations on your outstanding accomplishments, class of 2018. You've earned a lot. You've earned it. And maybe one of you one day will follow me and become the Emerson CEO. Maybe. I'm only the 3rd CEO of Emerson since 1954, so you got to wait a little bit, okay? Good luck, everybody. Thank you very much.